Okay guys, do you have a Toro personal pace that doesn't seem to want to start? You change your gas, you change your spark plug, you change your air filter, you made sure your ignition coil is connected. Well, today I'm going to show you how to fix that, guys. So the first thing we'll do, guys, is remove our spark plug and test for spark. So we just remove our ignition coil from the plug. So next step, guys, we'll just plug the plug back into the spark plug boot or ignition boot, guys, and then we just rest that on the metal area of the engine so we can have it grounded and we can test for spark. So now we got the spark plug grounded on the metal area of the engine, guys. We can pull and test to see if we have spark. After verifying there is no spark, guys, that means our ignition coil is bad and we'll need to replace it. And as I said, guys, if you tried starter fluid and that didn't get you going, then you know it's definitely a ignition problem, guys. So to get to our ignition coil, guys, we'll need to remove this plastic housing with a Torx T20. So let's get that removed, guys. On top of the housing there are two bolts that hold this cover in, guys, which we'll need to remove. So as I said, you'll need a Torx T20. So now that those screws are loosened, guys, we can go ahead and remove our housing. And to do that, guys, we'll just lift from the back here and pop the front, and we'll remove our oil dipstick. So it just has a clip in there, guys. We just gotta work it out through that, over that clip. Here we go, guys. You just gotta work it a bit. So now that the assembly is off, guys, we can locate our ignition coil where it's mounted to the engine. So you'll need to remove the 3 8mm bolts that's holding the recoil assembly, guys, to the engine, and then we can remove our pull cord from the handlebar. So to remove these bolts, guys, you'll need a 8mm socket. So we can set those bolts aside, guys. Next step, guys, we'll just remove our pull cord from the housing there. So now we can remove our housing assembly, guys, and also our recoil assembly. Okay, guys, so here's our ignition coil, and to remove that, guys, we'll need to remove these two bolts where we'll need a 6.5mm socket to pull that, guys. So let's get that done. So first we'll just go ahead and disconnect our ground wire here, guys. Please note that this is magnetic, guys, so you might need to pull with some force. There we go. Okay guys, so here's our new ignition coil, and we'll just go ahead and install that, guys. And to get the clearance between the ignition coil and the flywheel, guys, we'll need our feeler gauge to get the 10,000ths of an inch clearance, and I'm using a 0.012, which is 12,000ths of an inch, guys, which will definitely get us close enough in range for the specs needed. So let's just go ahead and install that, guys, making sure your ground connection is to the right of the mower from the front. So we still have no spark, guys, so we'll just move on to replacing our stator and seeing if that is the issue with our spark problems. And to remove our stator, guys, we'll first need to remove this 24 millimeter nut, and I'll use an impact wrench. If you do not have an impact wrench, guys, a quick easy way to get that nut off is by stuffing the spark plug hole with a piece of cord or a small enough rope, guys, and stuffing it in there while rotating the cylinder to get the piston at top dead center. And when it gets to top dead center, guys, you should feel resistance where it isn't going over on that cycle, on the compression cycle, guys. And then you can use a breaker bar or a 1/2 inch drive ratchet to remove this nut, guys. So let's go ahead and get that done. Also, you will need a flywheel puller, and I will leave the part number in the description, guys. So we can remove our nut, guys, and remove our starter cup and fan, and we'll just set that aside, guys. So here's our stator, a bit dirty, guys, so let me just get all this cleaned up and then we can get our flywheel removed. So here's our flywheel puller, guys, and as you can see, the part number is 19069, and this is specifically for Briggs and Stratton engines. So let's go ahead, guys, and get that installed so we can get our flywheel removed. So here's the flywheel puller tool, guys. You got 2 bolts, 4 nuts, and the tool itself. Okay, guys, so the flywheel holes where the flywheel puller bolts will go into is not threaded, so we need to use a 1/4-20 thread tap to tap the hole, guys, so we can create our own threads and get the bolts in. So I'll catch y'all when I get that done. So if your tool doesn't want to hold the top, guys, you can just use a vice grip and just make sure you get the holes threaded straight. And I usually put some grease on my top, guys, but since we're not going to reuse this or anything and the hole isn't that deep, you can just do it without the grease, guys. So now we can get our flywheel puller on and get this old flywheel off, guys. So now that we have our flywheel puller in hand, guys, with two nuts, we'll install two of the nuts onto the bolt. Onto the bolts, guys. Not all the way on there. Then we can just insert it like that. Then we get our other two nuts and insert them down here, guys, on the bottom of the screw on the other end. And now we can just get our crankshaft nut and we'll reinstall that, guys, not all the way down, just flush with the crankshaft there. Then we can insert our two screws. So you'll need a 11mm opening wrench, guys, to tighten the bolt into the hole. Or you can use a socket, guys, whichever you have on hand. This was the first thing I caught, so after you get those snugged up, guys, you just want to tighten these nuts down, the top nuts, and then we'll just use our 11mm and opening wrench, and then we tighten these down, and that will help to pull the flywheel up, guys. So while doing this, guys, you want to make sure to keep an eye on these lower nuts so that they do not tighten up on you, and you just want to keep everything flush, guys, with the crankshaft nut. So let's continue, guys, getting that pull. So now we can just remove the flywheel puller, guys. So we take that out, guys, and then we can remove our crankshaft nut. Then we need to release the engine brake, and now we can just pull off our flywheel, guys. So there's the old flywheel. So let's get our new flywheel installed, guys. So to release the flywheel, guys, after you have used your flywheel puller tool and the magnets has released, this is what you need to release to get it completely off, guys. This is what I refer to as your engine brake. So here's our new second-hand flywheel, guys, and it comes also with the fan. I got this off eBay for a fraction of the price what it would cost to get the flywheel brand new. So hopefully this works, guys, and we can get our Toro personal pace back running. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, guys. Also, before installing your new flywheel, guys, you want to inspect your Woodruff key. Make sure it's not sheared and it is still there. So without that, guys, you won't get any spark and the engine won't fire. So just make a note of that. So with the new flywheel, guys, as you can see, there's a groove cut out for the Woodruff key. So you want to just align that, guys. And again, we'll need to depress our engine brake. So you just want to make sure everything is lined up properly, guys. It may take a bit of wiggling, but there we go, guys. Also, guys, this would be a great time to check your clearance on your ignition coil to your flywheel, and it recommends a 0.010 clearance. I have a 0.012 feeler gauge here, so you just need to loosen these two nuts, guys. Fit it in between there, get the clearance you need, tighten back down the nuts, or the bolts I should say, guys, and that's how you get your clearance, guys. So please make note of that before assembling anything, guys. So now that we got the clearance on that one, guys, we can go ahead now and retighten this bolt here, guys. If I can get my glove out. And my apologies, you'll need a 6.5, not a 6mm, guys. A 6.5mm socket, if not a quarter. We just loosen this up a bit, guys. Get our feeler gauge down in here. That seems good. So we can just tighten that bolt, guys. Don't need to over tighten it, just snugging it up, guys, enough where we know it will not become loose. Now we can remove our feeler gauge, and then now we can go ahead and reinstall everything, guys, and we'll test for spark. So thanks again, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all when I'm done putting everything together, and we'll see the results if we have any spark. So don't forget, guys, we need to remove our crankshaft bolt just to get our cup back on, which holds the fan. So let's do that real quick, guys. Get that back in place, and then we can go ahead and retighten our crankshaft nut. You just want to hand tighten that first, guys. Sorry if my hand was in the way a bit there. So there we go, guys. So I'll catch y'all when I get everything put back together. So okay guys, still no spark. So the only thing for us left to check is our kill switch, and our kill switch is connected and grounded to our ignition coil right here. So this wire here, guys, on your ignition coil, we'll just go ahead and disconnect that, and then we'll test. If we get spark, then we know it's definitely our kill switch that is the problem. So let's get that tested, guys. Okay guys, so we got our spark plug grounded on our metal valve cover. So let's go ahead and pull the cord and we'll see if we have better spark. Okay guys, so we have a strong spark. So that is definitely our problem, guys, our kill switch. So please stay tuned for that video how we will replace our kill switch, guys. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. And also guys, before you go out and change your ignition coil and your stator, check that kill switch first, guys. As I said, just disconnect that wire from the ignition coil and crank, and if you have spark, then you know that's your problem. If not, it will either be a failed ignition coil or a failed stator. But make note, I did need to change my stator as the magnets on there was definitely gone, so I know that was definitely a part of the problem as well. So thank you guys for watching. God bless. I see y'all on the next one. Thank you.